All right, welcome back to Delmar's Music and Sound for another BR1600 tutorial. I have taken upon myself, I loaded version 2 on here, and I come to find out this version 2 will also MIDI another deck together. So there's my second BR. Here's the first one, which I will call the master. This one's the slave. First thing you got to do, you've got to link them together. There is a 5-pin DIN right here. It says MIDI out, this chord right here, MIDI out. From the master goes over to MIDI in on the slave. There's also a digital in and out here. If you look back here, let me get some light on the action. There's a digital in and out. You're going from the digital out, okay, of the master to, that is correct, the digital out on the slave. It's out to out, okay, you're hooked to the bottom. This is a digital coaxial cable, so that's what you want to use. First thing, you hook them together. Now you have to time them. So if you go to utilities here, okay, and you will see a, let's breeze through real quick here. There's your sync. If you look, you'll see MIDI time clock MTC 30, slave off. You are slave off because this is the master, okay. If you come over to the slave unit, okay, and you scroll through, there's your sync there. You want to set MTC 30, slave on, okay. Exit out of that. Okay, so now they are in fact timed, because if you watch the clock on this and I hit the play on the master, boom, they're synced together. And everything will be controlled off the master. So if I want to do a fast forward, I can fast forward here. If I want to do a stop, rewind, it's off the master. If I want to hit 0 out, it's off the master. So they're both linked together. I have 8 channels in here. I've utilized this out here for line out to take into channel 7 and 8 on the master, because I'm going to submix on the master. So I'm using all my inputs there, I'm using all my inputs there, and 7 and 8 here will be my mix down coming in. I'm also using the effects for a multi-channel mix and 8-channel limiter, because I'm using some live compression. I'm not using the headphone mix option. I have taken this here, line out of the master headphone, and line out of the slave headphone. I'm going into a headphone amp down here for the band, and then I'm mixing out of the second line out on the front here, so I can hear both decks while I'm mixing. Okay. This deck, the slave, has the majority of drums. I'm putting 5, 6, 7, and 8 is drums. I've got some backup vocal here. Over here I have guitar, bass, and vocals. However, I've doubled up guitars because we've got not everybody singing. So I'm going to hit play here. I'm going to start bringing these up so you can give it a listen. Guitar starts on 2. Try to give you a feel for what's going on. Here's bass on 6. I have another guitar track on 4. I've got them doubled up on 5 and 3. Got the main vocal here on 1.
I knew they would.
Now we're going to bring up the drums on the slave here. So we're looking at 5 for snare.
I knew they would.
6 is kick. We
We
have right overhead, left overhead. Then we have harmony vocals on 1. Harmony on 4. We have a shaker on too.
I knew you would.
And there you have it. So this is all getting fed off the master bus
I knew you would.
over to 7 and 8 if you watch 7 and 8 here. So your inputs have to be set very selectively. Okay? So there you have it. Synced and MIDI together. I'm going to roll it off here. Come over here, pull this mix down. And we're going to take it out with a submix that I did on 9 and 10. Okay, it's not mastered, but it is submixed. And you can give it a listen, and we will take it out.
On your every word.
So you can hear that you can do the final mix all in one.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I knew you would. I knew you would.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that from Delmar's Music and Sound. And if you got some feedback for me, drop me a line. And got any questions, I'll try to answer. And there you go, 16 channels of digital bliss.